Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited that you're here. We are live coming to you from Alpine, Texas, which is about 2 hours north of Big Bend National Park. So now you know where I am. So tell me where you are. Where are you watching from? Let's see. Oh, I hear kitties. Do you hear kitties in the background? So tell me, I'm live from Alpine, Texas. We're about 2 hours north of Big Bend National Park, which is on the southwestern side of Texas. And I want to know where you're calling in from or watching in from. I'm super excited to talk to you about the book, the cookbook. That's why you're here. It's exciting. I'm ready. Type something in the chat so I know that you can hear me. Anybody? So I want to talk about this cookbook. It is here in my hands. The first copy. I also have a box of them. I see you, Mom, calling in from South Florida, probably warmer than where it is here, although the door is open. And I did wear a tank top today, which is different than I've been doing. So anyway, this book, 30-minute whole food plant-based meals. There's no oil. We didn't use any oil to cook. None of the ingredients have oil in them. And then they're also salt-free. No added salt. I didn't add salt when I was cooking, and refined sugar-free. So we used dates. I used raisins, maple syrup, molasses, those ingredients to kind of sweeten everything. I do want to answer your questions. So if you have questions about the book, drop those in the chat. Hi, Betty. There are over 100 recipes in this cookbook. The cookbook also has an entire chapter of tips and practical strategies on eating whole food plant-based and whole food plant-based cooking and whole food plant-based recipes. And then it also has a 7-day meal plan, because if you followed me for any time, you know that I am 100% sold on the benefits of meal planning. So I actually gifted you a 7-day meal plan in the cookbook. So tell me where you're calling in from. Tell me what questions do you have about the book. I'm super excited. I was going to have like a party over here with loud music and stuff, but I didn't think you'd be able to see or hear what I was doing. So we've got cats meowing. That's what you get. So what are your questions? Some people have asked if these recipes are new or if they can find them anywhere else. All 100 plus recipes in this cookbook are brand new. You cannot find them anywhere else. They are not on VegInspired.com. You can actually, now you can find the skillet spinach and artichoke dip. I did do a video for that. That was posted Wednesday. That was yesterday. It was posted yesterday. So that recipe is in the book, and now it's also on YouTube. But these recipes had not been released before the book was released. So this is really exciting, and you're getting a sneak peek. Let's see. Let's read through some of the chapters. So everybody wants to know what contents are in here. So we have breakfasts and smoothies. We have an entire chapter on snacks, because like meal planning, snacks are a big part of my life too. Salads and handhelds, soups and stews. If you see me sitting here, it's like I'm a teacher again, reading to you out of the book. Main dishes, desserts. And then I also share some favorite staple recipes. And those are different condiments, there's a bread recipe. There's mostly condiments, some other things. Let's see. Somebody asked me my favorite recipe. So I have two. Well, I really have 111, but I have two that I've made since submitting the book. I've probably made them a dozen times. It's the bulgur lettuce wraps. They are incredible, and the peanut sauce that goes with them is like, I just want to eat it with a spoon. And then my tiramisu, whole food plant-based tiramisu. So good. I'm so excited. That recipe is actually coming to you next Wednesday. I already filmed the video, so make sure that you are tuned in for that. 10,000 steps. I saw your message. I was going to reply to you. I'm so excited that you pre-ordered the book and that you found us via Amazon. That is amazing. Betty, you're going to love this book. Absolutely love it. So it'll be well worth it. Let's see, some other questions. So, so I did get a message from somebody asking about the salad dressings. So in the salad section, there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 salad dressings. That's in addition to the recipes, right? And then the peanut sauce. So there's also staple recipes. I mean, it's just packed full of amazing, amazing stuff. So I'm so excited about this. Yeah, an entire section on soups. I mean, I wish I could get this in your hands when the weather's kind of cold so that you can make all these soups. So March 1st, that's when you get it, or March 2nd. And if you pre-order the book, you get it ahead of time. And the other thing that's really cool, my super best friend helped me design these book plates. So these are actually stickers, and I got them. So I'm going to start signing them for anybody that pre-ordered the book. You could also pre-order this book plate, and I'll sign it, and then I'll mail it to you so that you can stick it in the front of your book. Like your book's autographed. It's like an autographed copy of your book. Betty, I do owe you those recipes. I have not found any off the top of my head, but I am looking. It's on my list. So we will definitely get those sent out to you. What other questions do you have about the book? It took me, it was a unique situation. So the recipes, I developed all of the recipes in under 7 weeks, which is pretty amazing when you think that there's over 111 of those recipes that are coming to you. So it was a very, very fun book to write. I spent a lot of time eating. There were some nights that I was up eating weird things that you don't eat at 1 o'clock in the morning, but it all came together and it's so worth it. And to see it here in print and having everybody ordering it, and it's going to be out to you now in less than a month. I can't even believe that. Like, we're 3.5 weeks. You'll have this book right in your hands too. And then we can cook along together. Let's see, 10,000 steps. Yes. So that is one of the things that if you don't know about me, I actually sold my house in 2018 and my husband and I are traveling the country in an RV. So we don't actually go to the same grocery store more than a few times. So we had to make sure that this cookbook, we could find the ingredients at every grocery store. So there are a couple of unique items. So there's some soy curls in there. We order those either directly from Butler Foods or Amazon. And then there's jackfruit, which we actually found jackfruit in the local grocery store here in Alpine, but it's not consistent in every grocery store. So we'll either order that directly from the jackfruit company, or because they have plain jackfruit, or from Amazon, or you can sometimes find it at an Oriental market. And let's see, other miso, there's miso in it, which seems to be fairly common. I'm trying to think if there's any other ingredients that no, like I said, most of the ingredients are readily accessible and easy to use and easy to cook with. The recipes are all ready in 30 minutes, which is also so fun and so nice for those people trying a new to plant-based cooking. And now you get to, really experience how to get it all done in 30 minutes. So that's exciting. That's a key part of the book that I think is important for people. Well, thank you for saying that it's a wonderful surprise that you found me and my book. I'm excited. Betty, you are so sweet. I know we need to get together when we come through Colorado. That's for sure. We have to. So let's see. Trying to think of what other questions I've had. It's been a whirlwind here since we launched the book on Tuesday. I actually got it in my hands. Was it, John, was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? I think I got it in my hands like a week and a half ago. Was it? Maybe it was 2 weeks, 2 weeks before the official announcement. And I just want to sit and just hold it, and like it's my little baby. Like it's a labor of love for sure. So it's been a wild ride since we announced it. I have some really exciting events coming up with other channels and other platforms, and I'm just excited. I've been floating around here on cloud 9 for 2 weeks. This wonderful, sweet woman that worked in the office when I went to pick up my mail the day the cookbook arrived, I was like, my book's here, my book's here. She's like, oh, what book did you order? I was like, no, it's my book. It has my name on it. I mean, I was wide open. That's just me. As far as weight loss friendly, they're whole food plant-based, so there's no oil. So there's no added oil. I would recommend, my experience with weight loss, because I am not a nutritionist or dietitian, is to cut back to just a recommended serving size of things like avocado and, kitty, gross. I hope you guys can't hear all that. Cut back on avocados and nuts and seeds and things like that. Most of the recipes are, do avoid a lot of nuts and things like that. I mean, you could probably eat an entire meal plan of, the higher fat recipes if you chose those, but a lot of those ingredients are optional, or, they're like in the tiramisu, which is not something you would eat every day. So that's my recommendation on that. And from my experience, just cooking things that are lower in fat is an easy way to lose fat. So that's a good question. Let's see. What other questions have I had? I'm trying to remember. Okay, so we talked about my favorite 2 recipes. We talked about what else are the questions? Yes, 10,000 steps. It will definitely be a different, I would think that coming from the standard American diet, you would certainly lose weight eating this way. It will be a shift because we eat, a lot of the recipes use starches, and so we're pretty high carb. If you have been following me long enough, you know that I adopted a high carb, low fat diet in December of 2019 and was able to lose almost 40 pounds. That's your update. And maintain that for a year. So that's exciting. So yeah, these recipes, I would continue to eat these. I might use half the amount of avocado, or like not plan in cashew peanut sauce, all of those recipes every week, but having them occasionally is fine. So yeah, what other questions do you guys have about the book? I'm just over here having my own little celebration with the cat and John. So now you're here. What do we want to talk about? The picture on the cover are the tofu tacos, the Baja tofu tacos. And if you don't like tofu, there's a cauliflower option because not everybody likes tofu. So wanted to make sure that there were some options for people. So even when you have in those options, then it even adds in more ideas and recipes. So let's see. What else can I say? So as I mentioned, the first recipe that has come out officially in a YouTube video was the skillet spinach and artichoke dip, and that is the previous post on here. It's the skillet spinach and artichoke dip video. That's one of the recipes in here. Hi, Beverly. How are you? Betty. So the book is organized. Good question. It has a chapter on whole food plant-based made easy. And then it has 7 chapters of the recipes that I said. So breakfasts and smoothies are in one, snacks are in one chapter, the salads and handhelds are in another chapter, soups and stews, there's a whole chapter devoted to those. There's a whole chapter devoted to main dishes, a whole chapter devoted to desserts, and a whole chapter devoted to staples. Oh, so yeah, so they're by the category of recipe, and then organized from like snacks to desserts, and staples. Staples is at the end. Yes. 10,000 steps. Okay, so you're going to love the spinach dip. It does not have any dairy, and it's nut free for people who have a nut allergy, which we tried to do some, we tried to have a variation there as well, so that, because a lot of times you see that the most of the spinach dips are made with cashews. So we tried to have an alternate to that. So you'll love that. So definitely check out that recipe. Let's see. My brain is like, ooh, trying to remember all the questions that people sent in ahead of time. Well, what questions do you have about the book? Let's see. How about my favorite chapter, right? So my favorite chapter, ironically, was the soup chapter. I mean, honestly, I really like the dessert chapter, let's be real, and the snack chapter. But I was surprised at the soup chapter being my favorite, because it's not necessarily something that I really had a lot of experience cooking. So it was a lot of trial and error and trial again and tasting again, and kind of really trying to figure out where the balance of flavors could be and how much of things. And so that was a fun chapter, because it was a lot of, testing. And so that meant a lot of eating. And then, and when everything is plant-based, it's, it's you just keep eating it. So it's a lot of that. I had to buy new containers to put them in because we had so much leftovers. We did share with some of our friends in the RV park that were comfortable with that, but we wrote the book during 2020, so there was some stuff there that we weren't really cooking for people. Let's see. There are no instant pot recipes in that cookbook. We actually don't have an instant pot. We have a stovetop pressure cooker, but we did not use the only gadgets that we used in. Oh, bye, Betty. The only gadgets that we used in the cookbook were the food processor and the blender. We figured most people had those. Not everybody has things like an air fryer or an instant pot, so we didn't use those types of gadgets. Yeah, let's see. So for people, I did have somebody ask me what types of desserts there were. So in the dessert chapter, there is a pudding, some cookies, an apple crisp, some brownies, some parfaits and sorbets, a fancy cashew cream that goes with fruit. It's like a fruit dip. It's so good. We did a poached pear in 30 minutes, which was interesting and fun. And then the tiramisu, which is even the picture. That was even the pictures, the tiramisu. I'm telling you, that's like my favorite. I keep going back to that. Some of the staples, I'm really proud of our barbecue sauce and our enchilada sauce. I've made the enchilada sauce. We've made the enchilada sauce. John's even thinks it's awesome. We've made that multiple times when we can't find an enchilada sauce at the grocery store that doesn't have oil in it. So having that as an option has been really great. We fell in love with the one at Whole Foods, but because we travel, we don't always have access to a Whole Foods. So we were like, well, we'll just have to make our own. So that became a cookbook recipe. So this was definitely a fun event. I can't thank John enough for tasting with me and helping and dishes and here, taste this. Does this sound good? What do you think should go in this one? What do you think, what do you think, what am I missing? And so it was a lot of back and forth and tasting and not tasting. And it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing this. So I don't know. I could party all night. What other questions do you guys have about the book or anything at this point? Whole food, plant-based eating. I'm just here for it. I'm just here. I'm just having fun. I like the live chat. That's nice. Grandkitties, yeah, they were helpful. They sat on my lap. They knocked things off. Sometimes they deleted whole sections of the cookbook off of Word when I was working on it. Yeah, they were helpful, Mom. They were cute. They kept me focused, on my toes, that's for sure. They're in trouble. I don't know where they are. Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Usually they're like right here when I'm talking to somebody. Plant-based. What made me go plant-based? So my husband's name is John. So we've been plant-based. We've been plant-based vegan since 2014. He started it. I always say that. I was the resistor. He read a couple of contradictory articles on healthy eating and a couple of health magazines and was like, this is weird. They're saying two different things. And let's look into this. And we found Dr. McDougall he was the doctor that wrote The Starch Solution and several other books since then. And also Dr. Greger from nutritionfacts.org. And we kind of immersed ourselves in their work. And then Dr. Esselstyn from the Cleveland Clinic, he wrote Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease. And then Dr. Colin Campbell, he was a dairy farmer. He went to Cornell, there's a cat. He went to Cornell and studied agriculture and different things like that. And he actually he wrote the China Study and then Whole, another book called Whole. So we've kind of immersed ourselves in the research behind eating a plant-based diet and how it, helps naturally cure and reverse things and just the different health benefits of it. And so despite the fact that I didn't want to give up buffalo wings and blue cheese and cheeseburgers, we just adopted more plant-based meals into our lifestyle. And then the more plant-based foods I ate, the more I allowed myself to learn about animal agriculture and some of the, the harsher things in the reality of the situation in animal ag. And I was like, I don't want to eat babies anymore. And so I actually know the pivot point. I was at a friend's house and their family raised cows, and the mommy cow had just had a baby cow and trying to keep him from stepping on the keyboard and muting me or something. And I was like, I don't want to eat these babies. And that was it. I went vegan the next day and I was like, I'm done. I'm not eating animals. And that was June of 2014. And then we adopted the whole food plant-based, high carb, low fat way of eating in December of 2019 to lose some excess weight. And as I mentioned earlier, I've lost almost 40 pounds and I feel good. I feel healthy. People keep telling me I'm glowing. It's the sun. That's the only thing. There's no other reason I'm glowing. And just because I'm riding the high of this cookbook. And probably because I'm healthy. I'm eating plants and greens and all the things that your body needs. I did not have stomach issues while transitioning. I actually reversed acid reflux and acne and really bad aches and pains in my legs and my back. I haven't taken any, I'm not prescribed any prescription drugs, and I haven't taken any over-the-counter medicines in over 4 years. I use ginger powder if I have aches and vinegar if I feel sick. And I don't know. Now you guys know everything. Are you going to lay? Oh, you're going to lay here. Okay, lay down. You're fine. Come here. Come here, Scoo. Come here. Say hi. Come here. Yeah. This is Scooter. He's probably the most helpful, wanting to step on the keyboard. Yeah. Are you saying hi? Do you think I'm talking to you? I am now. Oh, you coming up too? Come on. No? Eddie's in my lap. We have 3 cats in our RV. Here, come here. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Here, show everybody your cute face. Look at the camera. Yeah, you never went. Look up here. Anyway, you guys are highly entertained by me wrestling cats on the desk, aren't you? Come here. Come here and say hi. Look, hi. Say hi. Say hi. Okay. He'll be back. Anyway, what other questions do you have? I've just told you my life story and showed you my cats. So there's that. There's that. I don't know. That's me. I'm easily distracted by shiny objects and cats. That's Matt keeps saying. Let's see. What other questions? What other questions do you have? That's probably loud when I do that on the desk, huh? So I plead the fifth on if there's another cookbook. That's as much as I can say about that. Let's see. I don't know. I have 100 recipes in this one, but I feel like I'm just full of recipes now. So we'll see what happens next. Can't think of any. Oh, so I have followed Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen. Yes. I actually have some videos and some blog posts that I wrote about the Daily Dozen. I really like that as a, let's see. I really like the Daily Dozen as a guideline because it helps you say, oh yeah, I got all my beans. Like I'm actually following, I'm able to check things off. The other thing I noticed that it does is because you're eating so many whole foods, it kind of crowds out the non-whole foods on your plate. So if you need to get, in the Daily Dozen, you need to get 3 servings of beans. Where are you going to put 3 servings of beans if you've got meats and all this other stuff on your plate? So it kind of helps you crowd out the other things so that you can actually make those check marks. The other thing I noticed, I've actually tried the challenge not live, but on video twice. And the first time I did it, I had chickpea or seitan gyros planned for dinner. And I didn't get my beans that day because there was no bean serving in that meal. And so the next time I did it, I was like, I'm going to be smart and do chickpea gyros. So it really gets you thinking about the, how you can be creative about with your meals with the different whole plant-based foods that you have access to. So for the bean servings, you can use real beans, or you can use real beans. You can use whole beans, or you can use something processed like tofu or tempeh. So it just kind of gets you thinking. And then let's see. Thyroid issues and hoping eating healthier foods that will help and not feel sluggish. So I definitely notice more energy eating whole plant-based foods, especially when I'm eating greens and potatoes and brown rice, like whole grains. Whereas I feel like some of the processed foods kind of leave me feeling just blah. I don't know, just not energized as much. We've been doing a lot of hiking here, so we try to make sure that we take, high energy type foods while we're hiking so that we can really get that energy back. So awesome. This is fun. We've been on for about 30 minutes, so if anybody has any more questions, drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I will let you get back to your evenings. And I will go eat the other half of my dinner because I was too excited to eat. And so I didn't eat all my dinner before the call. That doesn't surprise me at all. I'm always so excited. Great scoop. I love you too, Mom. That stinks, thyroid issues. I wasn't really diagnosed with anything, but I definitely feel a whole lot more energized now that I'm eating more whole foods. So I'm really hopeful that you do see that that change with your energy and all of that. You're welcome for the live chat. I'm hoping to do more live chats. I do have a Facebook group that I go live in every Tuesday at noon Eastern. So if you are interested in that, you can leave a comment and I'll send you the link after this video. But I do go live every week and do trainings in there on plant-based eating and other things that the members ask for. So if you're interested in that, you can join that. It's the VegInspired Foodies group on Facebook. But yeah, I really appreciate you all turning in. I'm so excited for my book. There is a link to pre-order if you haven't. Also, don't forget, oh no, I was going to show you the book plate again. I lost it. Oh, here it is. You can also get the book plate. So if you did pre-order and you didn't pre-order your autographed book sticker, send me a message or leave a comment and I will send you the link to that after the chat is over. But I really, really appreciate you tuning in. If you don't have any other questions, then I will let you have your night back and I will talk to you all soon. No other social media accounts. All right, so you're just gonna have to catch me when I'm live on here, and I will make sure to do more lives on Facebook then or on Instagram. I did that on Instagram. I'll do more lives on YouTube so that I can connect with you here. So yeah, I hope you all have an awesome night and thank you so much for tuning in and I will see you later. Bye. Okay, you're sitting on the mouse, buddy.